Hello there everyone, my name is Clink, and welcome back to Pikmin 1 for the Switch. So, today we're going to wrap up what we can do in the Forest of Hope for now. Well, technically not, I guess, because you can actually kind of do everything here if you know what you're doing. But we're not going to do that, we're not going to completely sequence break everything, but I might do one of them today. The one I'm the most comfortable with. So, let's get our yellows out. We'll take out 20, and then we'll take out 80 reds, and then we'll flower up anything that isn't flowered, which is usually a pretty good way to go about doing things. So, we're going to be getting a lot of parts today, but they won't be too hard to get. It's not like we have a lot to do like we did yesterday, where we had to get acclimated with the area, a bit of the layouts, meet new enemies, defeat a lot of enemies. We'll still be defeating some enemies today, but not nearly as many. We can focus more on just getting parts. So, I broke this wall at the end of yesterday with some bomb rocks, and I did that for an important reason. There's actually more bomb rocks over here, and we're going to use those to break down that other wall, because the other two parts that we can get without sequence breaks right now are over this way. So we're just going to take out these dwarf bulb orbs, and then we'll take out the big one. Not the best swarm, but that's fine. One thing I do want to talk about that I haven't talked about yet is if you've ever played Pikmin on the GameCube, and especially the Wii version of this game, you will probably know about the crushing glitch, whether you actually know about it or not, in terms of what it actually is and how it happens, or you kind of just wondered how some Pikmin disappeared sometimes. From what I can tell so far, I've only gotten to test it once on the enemy it normally happens with. It seems to have been fixed in this version of the game. I was thinking there was a lot more bomb rocks in here. I was like, come on. We'll really put it to the test later, but I'm not going to be 100% certain in saying it's fixed, but I am going to kind of say it is for now. That was the most important thing to get fixed in any re-release that will ever happen of Pikmin, in my opinion. I always said if they re-release this game, it could literally just be them fixing the crushing glitch and nothing else, and I would still buy it because it's a really annoying glitch. It can get in your way quite a lot, especially when you're trying to do like a deathless run of Pikmin 1. And that's not good. This bulb orb is the worst enemy in the game, because he's on this little bit of terrain right here that makes him really hard to swarm, so we lost 4 Pikmin there. That's fine, but be really careful when fighting him. I would actually recommend you throw Pikmin onto that one in particular. I had managed to swarm him just fine when I was playing this earlier, but, you know, it doesn't always go as planned like you would hope, and I'm actually just gonna swarm, try to get as many as I can on there. What's that? 22. So yeah, that was the, I forgot what that one was. This is the Nova Blaster. Both of these take 30. Probably should have explained there. I just threw my Pikmin up here so that I didn't have to bring them through the water or go around. And then we had to kill that bulb orb because he would have gotten a little bit in the way if I didn't, so I figured I would just deal with him. Next up, we're going to actually break open this wall. Like I said, not too bad to get all the parts that we need to get. The annoying thing about this wall is just how much health it has. It will take 9 bomb rocks to blow up, while the others only took 3. So, it does take a little bit. Shock absorber, right. This nifty little device counteracts the shaking and swaying experience in typical space flight. I have now recovered 4 out of 30 parts. If I can find just one more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. Please don't die. Okay. So that's a couple more. I don't like them getting caught on that wall. That scares me. I think only one more is needed. No, got this wrong. Okay. Yeah, this wall is just annoying for how much health it has. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll see. Nova Blaster. This is a weapon of such incredible destructive force that it can blast stars into tiny pieces. It has a strange allure. I've recovered 5 out of 30 parts, increasing the dolphin's capabilities. My search can now cover a wider area. Look at this cool little fun animation. So yeah, we have unlocked the next area of the game, which we're actually going to go to tomorrow. But it's definitely going to be a much harder area than the Forest of Hope. In my opinion, it is the hardest area in this game, especially on your first playthrough. My first playthrough of Pikmin, I think I spent half of my run there, and I think my first run was 26 days. So it's a pretty scary place. So yeah, we're going to blow up that wall right there. Just to have it open. We're not going to actually go over there yet. I don't want to deal with those enemies because I'm just going to have to kill them again later on, because enemies will eventually respawn in this game. Just something to be careful of. We're missing one. Oh, he's in the ground. Okay. So yeah, this is I guess I haven't opened this. This is what the map screen actually looks like. You can see the whole area. Those are the 3 parts that we don't have yet, or 4. We're gonna get this one. And I'm actually gonna show you how to get to this one today. We're not supposed to get it yet, but we're gonna do it. You can get every part here in a single day if you know these sequence breaks. Some of them aren't as much sequence breaks as they are abusing some of the more generous mechanics in this game. Generous in quotes, I guess. But here we have the Extraordinary Bolt. I bought this incredible bolt because the salesman told me it is of extraordinary quality that is indiscernible to the average person. Exactly what makes it so extraordinary is a secret, but just look at it. Extraordinary. Yeah, Olimar's weird. But we that's the last part that we should get for now, but we're not gonna do that. Instead, we're gonna use these bomb rocks, and this was a thing that you could do in the GameCube version and much more easily in the Wii version, and is easier here because of the slightly longer range of your cursor. But we can actually break that bramble wall that is in the water right now. Extraordinary Bolt. This bolt holds the kind of value that only a true connoisseur can understand. I've now recovered 6 out of 30 parts. If I can just find 6 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. So yeah, we're going to throw both of these up here, and what they'll do is they'll actually come over here, and then one of them will fail to drop his bomb rock onto the thing. Or maybe he will. And Pikmin will drown in water, but they have a timer in the water, or maybe it's a timer without being whistled. It's actually kind of hard to tell, because sometimes it feels like they last forever without dying in the water. They will eventually die. So yeah, throw it about just to the right of the wall, and they will just pop down. The bomb will not kill the Pikmin if he's in the water, so you don't have to worry about the bomb not killing him. Now, we're going to throw all of our Pikmin up to this ledge, which we have enough here, but I'm actually going to bring all of my Pikmin for this. This is going to be our first boss enemy encounter in the game. Pikmin 1's bosses aren't that much of bosses as you would maybe think or feel, especially when you compare it to Pikmin 2 or 3. But 2 has the caves that make it a lot easier for them to incorporate boss enemies, and then Pikmin 3's story is just much more focused on actually being a story, almost. Not to say this one doesn't have any story, but, you know, it's more just find the ship parts and get back home. I figured I'd show this because I knew that everything we need to do here today really wouldn't take that long. As you can see, we're only about halfway through the day. So, let's bring all of our Pikmin over here, swap over to the bomb. We're gonna be really careful and slow with this because I don't want to lose any Pikmin. It takes 4 bomb rocks to blow these up, and we only have 3, so we're actually gonna have to watch our Pikmin break this down. But yeah, we have a lot of Pikmin on this wall. The more Pikmin you have on these, the faster they break. And as you can see, even with a squad of 97, it takes a good couple seconds to break down just the last tier. But this is the armored cannon beetle. He's very easy. Run up to him. When you see him start to do that blowhole, just throw a Pikmin into it and then walk behind him and spam Pikmin and he will die. He is that easy. If you are playing on the GameCube version, you will have to C-stick throw to do that, which I guess I haven't actually shown C-stick throwing. You would move the right stick to have your Pikmin around you, and then you would, the closer your Pikmin are to Olimar, the faster you can actually grab them and throw them, so it just speeds up throwing quite a bit. But as you can see, it's still pretty quick. I'm not even swarming or anything. This was something that was much harder to do in the Wii version because you had to use the pointer to swarm. Like, you would hold down the pointer. Like, you see how this arrow is coming out of Olimar? Yeah, that would follow the cursor in the Wii version. So you had to be... you couldn't use the swarm to throw faster. But what you could do to kind of counteract that was... since Olimar moved independently of the cursor, you could kind of like run Olimar into the squad of Pikmin and then use that to throw them a little bit faster. Still not as fast as you could in the GameCube version with the C-stick throwing, but thankfully they seem to have brought over the Pikmin 2 throwing speed into this version, which was very fast. So that's another good change the Switch version has going for it. But yeah, that's the last part we definitely are going to get here today. There just is not a reason to try the other two. I don't want to lose a bunch of Pikmin to one of the other two, and the other one is just boring to sit here and do, so we're not going to do it until we come back. But radiation canopy, I'll have to inspect it later to make sure it isn't cracked. I'll be in for even more trouble if I have any radiation leaks. I have now recovered 7 out of 30 parts. If I can find just 5 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. Yeah, you don't really need that many ship parts to unlock this this next area that'll be after the next area, I guess. But you do need almost all the parts to unlock the final area of the game. There's only going to be 5 areas, including the tutorial area, so don't expect too much. As you can see, we have quite a lot of Pikmin now. I think what I will do is I am going to use some of this remaining time to just get a few more Pikmin sprouted. Preferably a couple more yellows going into the next area. We should be good on reds, but I'll still get a few just to be extra safe, I guess. Make sure that the right colors are carrying everything. It's good that the swapping from the Wii versions here. No reason it shouldn't be. It was a good change. The one thing I do like about this Switch version a lot is that it seems to merge a lot of good things about both versions of the game together. There were some things I liked in the GameCube version more, some things I liked in the Wii version. The Wii version was more a few quality of life changes that were definitely helpful to have. But at first, I actually played the Wii version of this game first, and I liked those controls because I always heard they were really good. But once I got used to the GameCube version and got used to some of the things you could do in it, I actually started to prefer the control scheme of them, or of the GameCube version. So I'm glad that I'm already used to this version. Although I do really wish they had added options for controls. If you've played Metroid Prime Remastered, you would know that has a lot of control options. I say a lot, it's a lot for Nintendo standards. having the Wii version's controls, the original GameCube controls, and the new dual twin stick controls really did a lot for that game. I tried both of the old versions before the remaster was announced, and I couldn't get into it because I wasn't a big fan of the controls. I could probably get used to them, but it kind of, I don't know, I was just expecting more traditional twin stick controls, I guess. But as for this game, it's certainly unfortunate to not have the pointer controls. I can kind of get it because it would have to be with the gyro and it would be a little more inaccurate, and this game does not have the lock-on that Pikmin 3 Deluxe has, which the lock-on in that game is broken, and if you combine that with the gyro pointer that can go across the entire screen, Pikmin 3 Deluxe becomes an even easier game than it already is. So I can kind of get it there, but I still think it should have been an option for those that wanted to play with it and prefer that control setup, but it is not, and we'll just go ahead and end the day here. At least to my knowledge, I looked in the options, I didn't see anything. I haven't found any options screen that does use it. Maybe it'll be added in a future update if Nintendo ever does that, which I doubt they will, but it could happen. And I'm gonna assume it's the same for Pikmin 2. Like I said, I haven't played it at all yet. I'm kind of just immediately recording a couple of these episodes like right after the game releases. Because the second it came out, I was like, you know, I'll just remake the Pikmin stuff. So, there we go. I now add yellow Pikmin to my list of discoveries. These creatures can wield bomb rocks, so perhaps I can use them to blast down rock walls and open up new regions. Red and yellow Pikmin, as well as bomb rock carriers, break into squads when dismissed with X. If I can grab one for a moment by holding A, I can swap Pikmin by then pressing R. We lost 4 today to that Bulborb. Unfortunate. That's 5 altogether. I would love to keep the total death count below 50 for this entire run. I doubt I'll be able to do that, but I'm going to try my best. I am not going for a perfect run by any means with this. Just playing through the game, having some fun. If you're new to the game, maybe you might figure something out about it. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. I'll see you guys next time, where we will be jumping into the Forest Navel. Bye-bye.